So last time you guys pretty much went to the village of Instrika, and you met this old man that lived outside of the bar named Jensen. And he seemingly is a retired royal guard. He was telling you about how this town was plagued, thinking that this wizard guy has lived here for years, and he's such this great guy, and he's telling you all that he just moved in a couple of days ago. So you guys went and investigated him. You killed him easily and left the area. Went talking back to Jensen. Went into the woods to explore more and found out that all of that instance of the first encounter with the wizard was fabricated. Your memories had been tampered with and modified. So you went back and fought the wizard, defeating him, before setting your way towards the capital of Dugrin. You met with King Bartrand, and also met the captain of the guard over there named Jaxie. They told you that magic is outlawed within the capital, unless you get the approval from the king, because they've had incidents in the past of buildings and damage being done that they can't necessarily pay for, so it's just better to keep it under wraps unless you gain the trust of the king, essentially. So you guys were tasked with helping out some of the missing guard in dealing with these weird creatures that fly, that have eyes attached by tendrils to a main floating head, and the head has one singular eye. So you guys ended up following with Jaxie and heading out towards the cliffside, where you see a couple of bodies that have been disintegrated into dust, and you just see their half-plate armor kind of laying empty in the fields. So as you guys were kind of out here investigating, you see a couple of these creatures with the eyes and the tendrils raise up from over the cliffside, and they start coming towards you. And that's where we're going to pick up this time. And I want to remind all of you that your Planeswalker amulet is still lit, so you can return if you so wish. As we're going to pick up here on the cliffside, and you have the Royal Guard Jaxie with you as a current ally. So let me show you all what you see currently, and pull up the battle map for you. So you would see these two different kinds of creatures that are attached floating eye tendril things come over the cliffside. And the bigger one is in the back, closer to the cliff. While there's four of these smaller ones that are a little bit closer to you. So that's where we're going to start off rolling initiative and get right into combat here. And before initiative, if someone could please roll a d20 for me. D20, goodness. Seven. Okay. So as you all are fighting these creatures, you look up into the sky and see a moon. The colors on the moon are shifting, almost a transparent translucency between blues and reds and whites and greens. And as you're looking at these creatures, the colors on the creature itself start to shift in the same sort of chromatic pattern. This is the moon of chroma. All colors are shifted as if creatures are affected with color blindness.
All creatures are
Affected with color
as if
blindness.
with color blindness.
Correct.
Wow. What's your favorite color? Blue. No, wait. Green. No, red.
That's yellow.
It's every color except yellow, actually.
So Bella, Garrett, Grapeshot, Cordell, and Edgar, go ahead and roll initiative. I got all your tokens up on the battle map here. Natural 20. That's some high rolls. That is some high rolls indeed. Let's see here. Okay. So we're going to be starting it off with Grapeshot. Grapeshot, you see these four smaller creatures raise up and each of their eyes is kind of twitching and flicking side to side and charging up with different colors, and then you're also affected by the moon. So you see like a green color at first, and then it turns red, and then it turns blue as it's getting ready to fire some of its eye rays at you. And you see this larger one that comes up behind them.
I am going to... Sorry, I just woke up.
You are good.
Let's see. Might need to unlock my R tokens.
Can do. They should just be defaulted unlocked.
No. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on an identify creature 1.
Okay.
Let's see. 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's a bonus action. Yeah, that's a bonus action. I'm going to take out my crossbow and pop a shot.
Alrighty. Let's see it.
Wait. Should be on myself. There we go. Not on. I dropped the spell on the holder.
Got it. That hits. Go ahead, roll damage. You pull back and shoot your crossbow, and it almost takes out the eye. You see it kind of drop out of the sky for a moment, and then it catches itself, spewing blood.
That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Number 3 is going to go. Number 3 is going to move a couple feet, probably about here, a little bit closer, and you're going to see 2 of its eyes start to charge up. So I'm going to roll 2d4 over here. Number 1 and number 2. So the first eye, it turns towards you there, Grapeshot, because it sees you getting ready to shoot at its friend, and then you fire and hit it. So it's going to look at you and force you to make a wisdom saving throw, which you succeed. So you suffer no change there. Then it turns its other eye and looks over at the group. I'm gonna roll a d6 to see who. Rory roll on a 6. Uno, so it'll be on Edgar. Edgar, it's going to look at you and force you to make a wisdom saving throw as the eye kind of like scares you to some degree. And you succeed. So that will be its turn as it moved. Edgar.
Evil and good on Bella.
Okay. Okay. Bella.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Don't want to kill. I can't see. There's a guy behind that other rock, can I?
You can see them. They're flying. They kind of like come over the cliffside.
Oh, how high in the air are they?
They're hovering, so they're within reaching distance at this point.
25. I have 40, right? Yeah,
You
40.
should, yeah. There's a monk.
Just making sure before I.
The monk and the monkey.
Can you hear Damien?
Yeah,
No?
he said, kill him, Mom.
I was trying to get my noise canceling headphones. The old ones. Okay, and then I'm going to Sword.
That hits with a 21.
And
You slash into it and you cut off one of the tendrils on its eye. It's like it just looks at you like.
and then I want to do my unarmed strike.
Go for it.
I'm just not seeing it on here. Right. Erase of wind. Which one is it, Daniel? Draconic strike? Did you? Huh? Oh.
11 misses, unfortunately. You swing and try to punch at it. It floats out of the way.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Garrett.
Great. So I see that Bella's engaged with a big creature there, so I'm gonna start lending a hand here, and I'm gonna fire a next. Hang on. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna fire a shot at the unidentified creature that's right next to Bella.
Would you like to use steady aim? Or do you just want to shoot at that creature?
Oh.
I almost forgot about it. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me just double check. I believe I can't move after I use steady aim. Is that correct?
0 movement in 1 turn, and it's a bonus action. And you steady your shot.
Okay, you can only use it if you haven't moved. Since okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'll steady aim, my bonus, and then fire a shot at the creature over there. With my
Alrighty.
second blades.
You steady and then shoot.
Mm-hmm.
That is a hit. And you get sneak attack.
Good old sneak.
A sneaky sneak. Oh. Yeah, that guy's looking real hard after that attack.
Alright, now I'm just gonna basically pull off a nice, like, smug pose behind Edgar there and end my turn.
Alrighty. Creature number 4 here. He's all the way down here. He's going to float a little bit higher. And he is going to roll his 2 eye attacks. That's a 2 and a 4. So he will look at you, Garrett, first with the scary eye. And he glances at you for shooting the big guy.
Like, whoa, what are you looking at there, buddy?
And then you feel this overwhelming fear just take you over. And you become frightened.
Hang on, I think I have advantage against frightened.
Ooh, okay. Yep, so let me re-roll because he's a halfling. Brave guy. So you are not frightened, actually, because of the re-roll there. So.
And I'm like, quit looking at me with those big ol' eyes.
So then it is going to turn and look. I think it like tries its one eye on you, and then it's just like, it didn't work. So then it's going to use its second eye, and it blasts it towards you. And you fail. It's going to pick you up and put you 30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it just picks you up and moves you over there and sets you down. And that will be its turn. The big one. The big one's going to move over a little bit, and it is going to use 2 of its eyeball attacks using D4s. It's 2 4s. So the first one, it looks at Bella, and then it looks at Garrett. Both of you have hit this creature. It can only use each of its rays once, so I'll have to reroll one of the 4s, by the way. So, the first one on Bella, you get hit with this greenish beam, and it sears pain into you, but you succeed, so you will take half of this damage. That's 11 damage, as you feel this necrotic burn within your stomach that's sort of draining you. And then Garrett, it will look at you. You also get advantage on this one. It uses a similar thing, but you also succeed on the first one without the reroll. So that will be that creature's turn.
I'm like,
Actually,
quit staring at me.
Bella has... Oh no, it's not an attack roll, so the protection from evil and good doesn't affect it, I don't believe. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Edgar. As she has... But it's her saving throw.
It's disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh, on attack rolls. Yeah, and it wasn't an attack. So that will be its turn. Barnaby.
I am going to... Oh, it's 20 feet. Shoot number 3 in the face.
Okay. That hits. Hey, something tells me he's going to die. You pull back.
Yeah, it's fine.
And you show it something that it's never seen before, and that's called a gun. And you fire, and just,
It's
it
my-
explodes.
Boomstick. Okay. And I'm going to move back here.
It leaves a pile of eyeballs on the ground, essentially, as you just explode it. Is that your turn there, Barnaby?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Number 1. Number 1 is going to fly over here, right in front of Grape Shot, and he is going to use his eyeballs, his eyeball attacks. So 2d4 here. 1 and 2. So the first one, Grape Shot. You succeed. And the second one here, you also succeed. So these guys don't do any. This guy didn't do anything to you there, Grape Shot. As he stares at you with multiple eyes, you kind of just shake it off. And Cordell,
Get wrecked.
put some sunglasses on.
Alrighty. I'm going to take aim at unidentified critter number 4.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot him with my pistol, I think.
That hits, almost a 20.
Ooh. There we go.
Oh. You pull back and shoot it, and this is barely hanging on.
I think that's going to be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Mark off the spent ammo. And yeah, that'll be my turn. I think I'm going to stand right here where I'm at.
Number 2 is going to fly forwards and target both Barnaby and Cordell, being the last 2 there. So the first one's at Barnaby, the second one's at Cordell. That's a 1 and a 4. So the first eye will look over at you, Barnaby, and you'll be forced to make a wisdom saving throw, which you fail. Woo! So you are charmed by the creature. And you don't have anything that prevents charm, I don't believe.
No.
Nope. Okay. And the second one, this is another one that you've seen before already. The only one we haven't seen is 3 by these guys. Cordell, you see that green energy sort of try to pick you up, and you kind of just shake it off. And that will be that guy's turn. Grape Shot.
I am going to lower my crossbow, and I'm gonna unsheath my scimitar and take a swing at this guy.
Alrighty. Misses
I misses.
barely. Barely.
I'm just gonna stay put. That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Edgar.
Which one charmed Barnaby?
2.
Okay.
Which 2 is the only one undamaged.
I'll attack 4
Okay.
with Sacred.
Sacred Flame.
Maybe. I'll do Toll. I'll do Toll the Dead.
It fails barely. And
He did.
it is dead. Yeah, it done died. You just hear the dung, and then it just kind of falls over.
Okay. I will. I'll be fine right here. I'm good. That's it.
Okay. Bella.
Okay. What's up? Man.
First one swings and misses. Dodges out of the way.
Attack. Unarmed strike.
That one hits. You come out with the fist and punch it.
Ow. Click on what? How do I change it though, Dana? Damage target with an unarmed strike, you can change the damage type to acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. Oh, okay.
You could just
Do I
tell me and I
deduce
can
that?
change it.
Right. Could I deduce maybe what might be a weakness to them?
You haven't seen anything yet that they would be able to kind of like be strong against.
They're bugs, though, right?
They're kind of like
No, what are
flying
they?
eyeball aliens.
Oh. Alright, I'm attacking with poison.
Poison.
And
Okay.
here's my attack.
It seems to do just about what you would expect for poison damage on this creature. It doesn't seem to resist it at all. Or weak against it.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alrighty. Garrett.
See, Bella, playing off this creature, I'm gonna fire a psychic blade at him. Miss there.
That one was a miss, unfortunately.
However, I can use my bonus action to attack again, and I believe I can also do this. Approach here and then use my my hidden blade to attack as a
Alrighty.
bonus.
There we go. That hits, and that does get sneak attack. Ooh, you might just explode him. How would you like to do it?
So as I tried to fight off with another psychic blade from fire, I missed because it's a bit too close. So I do like a slide, and as I'm like approaching, my other arm does like an sort of like an uppercut with the hidden blade and stabs him right in the center of the eye,
Oh,
and then send it down to the cliff after I pull my blade out of it.
you stab him into the eyeball, and then as you land, you pull it out, and it just thuds right off
Yep.
of the cliff, and you just hear it splash in the water below.
Mm-hmm.
That is that creature.
I'm like, alright, it's finally not staring at me anymore. Alright, so that's my bonus. My action. So I think I'm just gonna have to end my turn there.
Okay. And Barnaby, you are just charmed by number 2, so you cannot attack 2.
It's fine. There, and I'll shoot. Number 1.
Alrighty. Misses, unfortunately.
Never mind. Never mind.
You feel a little bit of the charming magic kind of pull at your gun as you go to fire, and you miss, and you're just like kind of shaking it off.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Number uno. He's going to roll 2d4 here. This will be at Barnaby and Grape Shot. So 4 for Barnaby. You are a medium creature, but you are definitely heavy.
Yeah, I'm medium. Yeah.
You succeed anyway, so the telekinetic eye tries to pick you up, and I feel like you're just too heavy. It's just like, and you just thud onto the ground. And the other one, he turns and looks at you, Grape Shot, and it starts to get real cold as he's looking at you. And he fires a frost ray out of his eye, which you succeed with a natural 20. You jump out of the way, and you see the frost just go right in front of you, and you miss. It misses you. So that will be that creature's turn. Cordell.
Okay. I am going to attack an identified critter number 2.
Alrighty.
Oh,
That hits.
there we go. Boom.
Oh,
I'll
big
take that.
hit. It's very hurt. Almost on the edge of death there.
And I'm going to take that opportunity to... Let's see. Well, moving backwards, I think is going to be the only way that I can realistically go. I'm going to back up 1, 2, right there. That'll be my turn.
Okay. You run back there, and Jaxie's like, "What the fuck is that thing? What is that creature?" He's just like panicking. So, number 2, it's got Barnaby Charmed, which ends this turn. It'll turn towards Edgar and Cordell, since you just shot it. Roll 2d4 here. That is a 1 and a 3. So the 1 will go towards Edgar here, who will probably succeed since it's a wisdom save. You just kind of shake it off, like, why is it even trying? And on the 3 will go towards you, Cordell. So you see that frost ray shoot. And with a natural 1, that is a failure. So you will take this much cold damage. You take 12 cold damage as this beam of frost just comes towards you, and it's bone-piercingly cold. And that will be its turn. Jaxie's kind of just shivering in his boots. Grape Shot.
I'm going to swing with my scimitar.
That hits. You swing, cut the eyes off, and it falls to the ground.
I'm actually gonna stay put here, and that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Edgar.
I'll shoot him.
Last guy, number 2. He's looking very, very hurt. He succeeds. He saw his buddy, the bell tolled for his buddy, and he knows to dodge it.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. Bella, last little flying guy here.
Alrighty.
A 19 plus 5, 24 hits indeed.
Cool.
And that wraps that up as you cut into this creature, stab it right in the eye, you pull it out, you see the eyeball pop right out of the socket, and he falls to the ground. You all are out of combat, leaving this bloody mess of these scattered eyeballs all throughout this kind of cliffside.
Well,
Trying to think. So I want Grapeshot, Garrett, Barnaby, and Cordell to roll a Arcana check for me, since all of you are from either Etheria and or Wild Space. And Garrett. Well, I know Grapeshot knows what these are. So Grapeshot, you know that the little guys are called gazers, and the bigger guy is called a spectator. They are kind of the cousin of the beholder.
Yeah, I'm when things die down, and someone's gonna mention that fact. I'm like, I think these things are called watchers. Wait, no, bears, spectators.
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 Gazers. Watchers? Don't worry, those are in here too.
But where are they coming from? From the cave? That's right, cave.
So you guys heard of a seaside cave that kind of exists on the side of a cliff. Jaxie will kind of come over to you. You guys, that was impressive. I've never seen anything quite like that. And also, what are those things?
good question. I think they're just not from around here.
Oh. Well, it's like aliens or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think that might be the case.
Well, we sent our men here, and as you kind of look over the battlefield, you'll see a couple of the half-plate armor that are just filled with dusts, which is not a capability or a power that you had seen from any of these creatures. So it's kind of a little left wondering what could have caused that.
I'm wondering if there's still something else here.
Jaxie goes, well, should I report back to the king? This is something probably beyond our capability. unless you all are capable, you think.
Hmm. Y'all want to go see if there's one more of these floating eye orbs around? What do y'all want to do? I'm thinking, I mean, just looking at the people that have been turned to dust, I'm thinking there's still something else here. I could be wrong. As a matter of fact, I've been wrong a lot.
Yeah, there's definitely more. I think we should look around for this cave.
Okay. So you kind of look up and down the cliff sides, and it is easy enough to see, so I'm not going to have you roll. Coming from one of the sides of the cliffs, it's, for lack of a better word, it's kind of like a butthole in the side of the cave, in the side of the rock face. And it has a whole bunch of eyes and tentacles just coming out of it.
Ooh. Wow.
And Jaxie's like, this is too much for me. I'm going to report back to the king. I will die if I go down there. He's like, you guys are dealing with Cthulhu or something down there.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say we should head in against all judgment. All better judgment.
All right. I like it.
We should probably find a way down these cliffs and then head in.
Jaxie will tell you too, before he turns around to leave, he's like, be careful if you fall into the water, by the way. The current is really strong, and it will sweep you away. So we avoid getting in the water at all costs. Which you guys know, it's not the current at this point. The island itself is moving, so you kind of will get left behind if you fall in the water.
Okay.
We
It's
would not
good to
want
know.
If we can give it an hour, we can know if there's more of these things. And I can help heal Cordell and Bella, and we'll be more prepared.
Seaside cave. Ooh, wow. I didn't realize I'd taken damage. Okay.
Oh, me too.
Okay.
I mean, I know I
Yeah,
got.
I'd say we'd make our way down carefully.
So you guys want to wait, or do you want to try to climb down the rocks and into the cave?
Say we should wait.
Okay. It sounds like everybody's wanting to wait before we climb down the rocks.
If that's okay with the group. And that way
Alright.
we'll know if we're fighting more than one.
I'll sit down and light up a cigar.
Okay. So you all are going to attempt a short rest?
Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. Because Daniel, I think, is the one that is dependent upon having an hour of uninterrupted time.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys start to do your short rest. I want somebody to roll a D100 for me.
I got it.
Wow, you rolled really high.
94.
So
We're dying.
no, it's in this case it was better for higher.
Ah.
You guys end up getting your uninterrupted hour, and you're still sitting there even at the end of the hour, and you still don't really hear anything. So I use that for minutes.
Okay.
So, what would you all like to do during your hour of rest here? And Bella and Cordell, you can roll your hit dice if you are not doing anything extraneous.
Here we go. I'll roll one more.
Okay. Oh, I have 1 point.
That one point could be the difference between life and death.
But I only have 1 hit dice
No,
left.
now you've got it. You've got the 1 point for me.
Oh yeah, you do get the 1 point from
Okay, because
Edgar.
If you want to roll a D8, Cordell, you might not have to use that second.
Ooh,
Right.
okay. Although I've
Oh, he had to
already
use second.
rolled the... Yeah.
Well, you're all healed.
So, is there anything else that you wanted to accomplish during your short rest here? As Jaxie, he's already left, and he is reporting back to the king of what the heck is going on over here. He seemed kind of panicked, which is kind of weird for like the head of a guard. He's just like, he didn't seem very confident in being able to deal with something like this.
Well, I mean, we're adventurers. We're not exactly your average people.
Yeah, they don't know what that is. It's like Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
So, Edgar, did you have a plan for your hour rest here of trying to detect more of these creatures, or?
No, it's just on the cliffside, preparing their meals and see if
See if
others
more
fly
comes out.
like we just did. Yeah.
Gotcha. Kind of a waiting game. So at the end of your hour rest, you can still hear the waves crashing against the cliffside here. And it's just quiet otherwise. You don't hear animals. You don't hear any monsters or creatures that would be coming out. It just seems serene for your moment of rest. But after your hour of downtime here, what would you guys like to do?
I think I'm ready to climb down the rock wall and see if I can get into the cave.
Yeah, let's do it.
agreed.
Okay. So anyone that is climbing down into the cave, I would like you to go ahead and give me an athletics or an acrobatics check. Your pick.
Climbing, I'm going to use athletics.
Technically, I have climbing speed, so I'll just climb down.
Oh, that's true too. You don't have to worry about it. And you can probably help whoever doesn't do too hot.
Yeah, like that Cordell dude.
Yeah, I see Cordell's probably like slipping on some rocks. I'm like, I'll kind of help him down.
And we got Garrett and Barnaby. And they sleeping on the job.
What's going on? What do you want me to roll?
Acrobatics or athletics? Alrighty, easy enough. All of you climb down and into the cave. Two things are... what did I do here? That's already open. You guys are coming in the top side, so I'm gonna slap a grid on this real quick because I didn't do that beforehand. Color picker. Unlock the tokens when they get slapped on this guy. So you guys are coming from this top entrance of the cave. And there's a couple things that you would notice. There is 2 creatures currently in here that are similar to what you have already fought. What the heck did I do? I just pull some off that is missing. Bella. So, you guys would notice 2 of the same creatures that you had previously seen. That are the larger ones. Let me go ahead and throw them on here. They currently have not noticed you. But on the far end of the room, there is a arcane gate that is opened up. And through the arcane gate, you can see what looks to be the Astral Sea. The arcane gate on the floor, it's not represented 100% in this picture, but there is a planeswalker amulet that is laying on the floor. The amulet is covered in water, and this gate is protruding out of the amulet. There is also a dead individual at the other side of the cave that looks to be an astral elf. So what would you guys like to do?
It's time to investigate.
Mm-hmm. That astral elf sounded like something intriguing.
Hmm.
Oh, I think we should take care of these creatures.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I'm a good distance fighter. Barnaby's a good distance fighter. So I think let's see. I
Get my
think we concentrate our I think we concentrate our firepower on one, take it out first, instead of trying to divide it out. See if we can take one out real quick. That's my strategy recommendation.
All right, let's do the one on the right. On everybody's count.
Alright, but first off, I'm like, Cordell, can we swap places?
Yeah, as long as I'm on top.
Don't make me drop the baby. Come on now.
All right. Sure. Absolutely, we can swap places there. We do.
Before that, I'm gonna use hide behind Barnaby and Edgar, depending on which one we're shooting.
Wow.
So you guys are coordinating an attack here.
After all this time, I didn't realize I'd be jealous if Lewis decided to hide behind somebody else.
Wow. So you guys are coordinating on one of the spectators here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which one would you all like to
Spectator
coordinate
number
on?
one.
Why am I in front?
I will say number 2 looks a little bit bigger, just as a heads up.
Yeah.
I should say a little larger.
Yeah. I still think if we take out spectator number 1, it'll make it easier to take out spectator number 2. Because I think we all have a better line of fire on spectator number 1. Benny was right. The one on the right, or top of the screen.
Okay. So you all are focusing, everyone holding their primary attack. Edgar, are you holding a cantrip of sorts, or?
So am I hidden from
All of you
Spectator?
are currently hidden to this creature. It hasn't noticed
Okay.
you yet.
Yeah, I'll hold my action too.
Okay. For ranged attack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I want all of you to go ahead and roll at advantage for your attack on this creature, and then we're going to roll initiative. So you all sort of coordinate 3, 2, 1, and then you just let it eat on the 1.
Which one are we focusing on?
No, I meant
Number 1.
Spectator number 1.
Garrett misses. He had all the time in the world.
Can we say I would have moved up closer because I want to roar in its face?
You would probably alert it if you moved closer. If you
All
would
right,
like
then
to
I
try.
won't. Now let's do the dart.
Take that
Oh, wait.
dart.
Wait, let me use the spear.
Yes, Sacred.
Huh?
You have a cantrip.
What? Show me.
Sacred flame.
Sacred flame.
That is a cantrip.
Okay, I can use that.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Cordell
No,
hits, Garrett misses, Barnaby hits, Grapeshot hits, and then we need Edgar and Bella here.
not letting me attack.
Have to roll it on.
How?
Hit
Roll the save on them, yeah.
Oh,
It's not an attack. He succeeds, so he takes no damage, unfortunately, from the cantrip. And then he fails from Edgar's. So, those of you that hit, so Cordell, Barnaby, Grapeshot, and Edgar, go ahead and roll your damage on Spectator 1. And then we will roll initiative. Boom, boom, boom. He is, you just unload, just, and he is on death's door. He succeeded on the
Nice.
one spell, by the way. So he gets to do a cool ability back to Bella. So, Bella, you cast your Sacred Flame spell, right? Yeah, Sacred Flame spell on him. So he immediately, the spell bounces off of him, and it is going to roll the save on you. Which you fail, so you will take 1d8 radiant damage. Just 0. You absorbed it with your temp hit points. So, that will be that resolved, and we will roll initiative here for these guys. And Garrett is at the top here.
I'm like, dude, I can't believe I missed that. Decided to fire
All good.
another second
We
blade
just
attack.
made this fight a lot easier on ourselves, that's all.
That is true.
So yeah, I'm gonna do a bonus action, steady aim, and fire against Spectator 1.
Okay. Two 13s, both hit. And he's dead. D-E-D. D-E-D dead. You fire the first psychic blade and it just goes right through him and out the other side and he hits the floor.
Yeah, he's deleted.
He is no longer in this world.
There we go. And I'm gonna now end my turn.
Okay, number 2. Number 2 is going to roll for his eyeballs. His eyeballs. That's a 2 and a 2. Got to re-roll one of them. That's a 1. So the first one goes over towards you there, Garrett, because you just murdered his buddy, and that's what he saw. So you will make a Constitution saving throw, which you fail. So as this one looks at you, you immediately become paralyzed, just and you can't move. The second one, I will roll a d6 over here. Reroll on a 6, 2. We got Edgar. Edgar, it looks over at you with the 1, and you will make a Wisdom saving throw, which you succeed. So that will be its turn. Edgar.
I will use I'll just use a Sacred Flame.
Alrighty. He fails. For 6 damage.
Okay, is this an actual pillar in front of me?
We'll say it is. It's probably like a shorter stalagmite.
I just want to get in front of people. I'll make myself the target.
Okay.
That will do it.
Bella. If this guy lives to see the next turn.
Oh, that's number 2. 5, 10, 20. And I'm going to do Breath of the Dragon.
He fails the save.
And I'm going to make this fire damage.
Fire damage. Am I ready? So you breathe on him and does 3 damage. Give him a little.
And then I'm going to say, you may want to put some eye drops on that. Sorry, continue. That was my turn.
Okay. Grape shot.
I am going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can see him. I'm gonna take out my crossbow and shoot. And a miss.
Miss.
And I'm going to stay put there.
Alrighty. Barnaby.
Sorry. I guess I'll just shoot him. You know.
Alrighty. Mr. Stitches. That hits. 6 damages.
That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Cordell.
Right. I am going to move here. 1, 2, basically 3, 4 right there. See if I can light them up.
And unfortunately, pull back.
That's a
miss.
Right. And I'm going to back up the number 5 space right there. That'll be my turn.
Alrighty, Garrett.
See if I can avoid being disintegrated.
Alright. So I'm right now still paralyzed.
Yes, you are. Let me see. Actually, that was from number 2. Yeah. At the end of each of his turns. So go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me. This will be at the end of your turn.
Okay.
And you are no longer paralyzed starting next turn. Boom.
Mike. Whew.
It will fly probably up a little bit higher so it can get more view of the room. And it's going to roll its 2d4. 2 and a 1 again. So the first one, Bella is right front and center. Get the 2. She succeeds. The 1 will go towards Grape Shot. He succeeds. That'll be its turn. Spooky, Edgar.
I'll shoot it.
It fails barely for 1 damage.
That will do it.
Alrighty. Bella.
Um, right up to him. And push.
First swing
Course.
misses. That hits. For 5 damages.
Oh, fire.
Fire, it doesn't make a difference. Seems to be just as effective. Alrighty. That's your turn.
Yep.
Alrighty. Grape shot.
I'm gonna shoot.
So anyway, he started blasting.
I don't start blasting. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Barnaby Stitches.
Okay. Shoot. Again. Sure.
Okay.
Okay. That's fine.
Unfortunately, barely misses.
That's my turn.
Okay. Cordell. Get the bad rolls out of the way now. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna move 1. Basically 2. No, I'm gonna move there. Take my shot.
Ooh, with another miss.
Hold on a second. Let's see, I need to mark off 2 bullets. No, I am not gonna action surge. I'm gonna hold right there.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Smart. Garrett.
Alright. And take advantage of the opportunity, and I'm gonna back up Bella and shoot Spectator 2.
Okay. That hits. Sneak attack if you would like.
Oh yes.
Wow, with that one, he's looking pretty hurt.
So I'm gonna move around these. How tall are these pillars?
A couple feet. Enough for you to be behind him.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move back here and use my bonus to hide.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check. Even with his many eyes, you still feel pretty hidden.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, so we got Bella is the only one that's hit him recently, and Edgar. So we'll say 2d4 for Bella and Edgar. That's a 4 and a 2. So the 4 will go towards Bella again. This is the one that hit you before, Bella. So you... Oh, I don't know what that was.
Oh,
You
my bad. I thought you said for us to roll it.
Oh, no. So you dodge majority of the damage on this one. You withstand it after being hit with this before, so you will take half damage on this one. And the Uno... the 2 will go towards Edgar here. Which you see that like kind of lightning, and all of a sudden you are paralyzed, Edgar. And that will be its turn. Edgar, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn. And you are no longer paralyzed, but that is the end of your turn, unfortunately. And Bella.
Just in time to be reparalyzed next round.
Constitution.
No, you are fine. Go ahead, it's your turn.
Oh, right, okay. Try to attack him again.
At 18 hits
Okay.
naturally, yes. 6 damages. Oh, he's looking real hurt. Real hurt. That second one misses,
Dang it.
unfortunately.
My turn. That's it.
That is your turn. Okay.
Hmm.
Grape shottage.
I shoot. I miss.
And I
That's my turn.
miss. Okay. Barnaby
Yes.
Stitches.
We went from just smoking everything in that encounter up top to now we just can't hit anything. Wow.
Barney's about to clear him out right here.
Hopefully. Don't want this fight to go any longer than it needs to.
Corey?
What do you want? He's dead.
He
It's
is
fine.
dead. He is gonna die. Go
He's
ahead.
dead.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
He's dead.
Boosh.
Barely.
Barnaby snaps to and just pulls the trigger and he's gone. And you all are out of combat here in the cave. And you still have the gateway at the other end. It's big enough for you all to walk through. And you can just see outer space on the other side. You can see what looks to be Etheria or wild space. This is where I want to remind you. Your necklaces are still glowing. Because as you all are currently looking through the gate, you see something heading close. Almost like in a couple moments it is about to breach through the gate and be within the cave. And let me show you what you see.
Well, I think this would be a good time to either try to kill it before it gets here or close the gate.
Oh, it is coming through the gate in the next, second or two. You can see it starting to come through already. It's just in this moment if you choose to stay and fight, or if you would like to leave.
So where's the gate in the map?
It will be on the far left side of the room.
That's
Good
okay.
question. Say it's right there.
Okay. And I assume that the beholder is not seeing me.
He can't.
I'm getting.
I can't.
At this point, most likely.
In the split second, I'm going to use my action to run and dash and grab the amulet.
Yes.
And pull the gate with you.
Oh, is that where it's...
It's emanating from the amulet.
Oh, I see. I thought it was
heal
like
Bella?
a separate gate. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking we're going to have to fight. I don't see us getting out of here before that thing gets through the gate, if that's the case.
Well, your
gonna
Planeswalker
shoot.
amulet will take you back to Spelljammer Hall.
I'm going to shoot
Yeah.
the amulet.
Shoot the amulet. So, let's take a group consensus. Are you all staying to fight?
I'll stay and
I'll
fight.
stand fight. I'll
I
stand
have
fight.
a
I'll
feeling this
Same.
greater power is telling us to leave.
It's up to you guys.
I'm gonna heal Bella.
Thank you.
So we're going to roll initiative then if you guys are choosing to stay.
I'll stay and fight.
Because
So
technically...
Save
we
your
can still
spell
camp out of here.
before it happens,
Oh.
because... So she back at 10. You get your spell slot back and we'll give her the wounds. As this creature is coming through... Oh, he's a beefy boy.
Technically, we could still bamf out of here in the middle of
Yes.
combat.
It is true. Let me roll for him real quick. Oh, it's okay. He rolled really great, guys, so you'll have a free round most likely. As you see this guy coming through, and as he enters in, you kind of just see him shoot one beam, and you see one of the stalagmites just disappear and turn to dust. So, Cordell, since you guys are staying to fight, you're at the top of the initiative.
I am going to target him. There we go. I'm just going to shoot.
Natural one misses.
No. All right, dice color changed. And I'm just going to stand right there and take it like a man.
Okay, Bella.
Attack, right?
You can, yes.
I'll try to do my sacred flame again. Please work, please work.
He fails.
So I do damage, right?
Yes.
And we'll do kind of poison do I think it would be? Or I think I'm gonna make it a
Can you choose the damage on the Sacred Flame?
oh sorry, no, I can't. I thought I could.
Okay. So radiant damage seems to be effective.
Flame like radiance. The target gains no benefit from cover. As well as damage increases by 1d8 on each 5th level. Yep. So okay, so that's my turn.
Okay. Garrett.
I'm assuming I'm still hidden from creature.
Yes, you are.
I think I surprised it with a psychic blade attack from afar.
Natural 20. It's a big one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think fire it off and a clean shot.
You hit it
No,
really
you
good,
guys-
and it's still standing there, kind of. Like nothing.
Is that I'm just gonna twirl and use my bonus action to hide behind the pillar.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth check.
Hang on, I'm gonna use my call my Psi bolster neck. Where if I feel like if I fail an ability check, or I can just roll psionic energy dice.
To increase it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. So is that your turn there, Garrett?
Yeah, so bonus. Yeah, that is my turn.
Alrighty, Edgar.
Twilight Sanctuary. It's action Sanctuary.
Okay. Sanctuary.
Yeah, that will do it.
What was your action? Dodge?
Nope, Twilight Sanctuary.
Twilight Sanctuary. Okay. So that'll do it for you, Edgar?
Yep.
Grape shot.
I'm going to bonus action cast Hunter's Mark on myself. Well, I'm going to mark it as my quarry.
Okay.
And I'm going to... in range. Yeah, he's in range. I'm going to shoot.
That hits. That does some damage.
For now, I'm just gonna stay. No. Yeah, I'm gonna move, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Mr. Barnaby.
Guess I'll just shoot him. Can't really do anything else right now, so
Alrighty.
I'll move there.
That hits. Some
Nice.
good damage. Whew.
Jesus Christ.
That you take a nice
That's
chunk of
my-
flesh off.
That's my turn.
Alrighty, it's his turn. He's going to enter through the gate. I'm going to roll a d6 to see who he goes after. Reroll on a 6. So 2 is going to be Bella. Apologies if it's a 4. Okay. Bella, you are going to make a dexterity saving throw. As you see its eye starts to light up green, and then it flickers red, and then blue, and white. I was going to roll the save for you, but we'll use yours. You rolled it first. So, as it fires this greenish this color-changing beam because of the moon, it flies right past you. And so, we'll say Edgar, with your sanctuary, it kind of like hits the wall next to you, and you see the whole pillar just dust. So that will be his turn. Cordell.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna attack.
Okay.
Did I just miss?
You missed, unfortunately.
Don't want to action surge? Yeah, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and action surge. I think this is the right spot for it.
Okay.
So, there you go. 2 misses. Okay, dice color wasn't doing it. All right, that's my turn.
Okay. Bella. Nearly escaping death.
Do that again. Let's see. And I already did Breath of the Dragon twice. And now I know that's where I'm at. Can I do this? I'm just gonna throw my spear.
Out of ammo.
Huh?
Out of ammo. There. So you're going to throw the spear at him. Hits.
Five. Yeah.
6 damage. You throw the spear. Stuck into him.
I'm trying to decide if I should approach it with my unarmed attack.
You can if you would like.
Huh?
You can if you'd like.
I'll do a flurry.
Okay, flurry of blows.
Yeah, how do I do that, Daniel?
Just roll 2 unarmed strikes. Do that. Boom.
Flurry blow.
Demon will say, kill him, mama.
I'm trying.
That hits.
And if I don't get the marker on this thing just right, it won't roll. There.
And go ahead and roll 1 more melee attack. That one misses, unfortunately.
Oh. Deduct the... Sorry, I didn't mean to do damage. I just clicked it.
Alrighty. Hold on.
Alright, that's my turn. Huh? Okay. Alright, that's my turn.
Alrighty. Garrett. Garrett under the Rocco.
Under the rock.
Under the rock.
Garrett the Rock is gonna once again come out of the shadows and fire a psychic blade.
Okay.
And I assume
Advantage.
I was hidden. Yes.
That hits. Sneakage.
Okay.
Some good damage. That's some good damage indeed.
The bonus, I'm gonna once again hide
Okay.
under a pillar, under a rock.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check. Okay. Not too shabby.
And I'll end my turn.
Alrighty, Edgar.
Just see. Do I know where Garrett is?
No.
Sorry, Garrett.
Okay.
I will cast Bless, targeting me, Bella, and Grape Shot.
Okay, bless. So you get D4 on your attack rolls and your saving throws.
And that will do it.
Okie doke. Grape shot.
It's high midday, and I'm gonna shoot.
It barely misses, bud.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna move over one, and that'll be my turn.
That says you need a clearer line of sight. Barnaby. Corey falling asleep.
Maybe. Yeah, that's all I can do is shoot him. Still.
So anyway, I started blasting, and he hits him hard.
Yeah.
Like
that's
I
hard
said.
enough.
Back to Dreamland.
Maybe.
Alright, is that your turn, Barnaby?
That is.
Alrighty. Behold a zombie. He is going to roll a D6, reroll on 6. 3. Can Edgar, can you be targeted with Sanctuary? Activated. It can make the wisdom
Gotta
save.
roll for it.
Yeah, it's got to roll. With an attack or spell. Okay, yeah. So he's gonna make the wisdom save, and if not, he'll roll on someone else. He'll probably fail to save. Oh, natural 20. So yeah, he's gonna blast it towards you. That is a Uno. That's not a fun one. You make a wisdom save, and you succeed. So no worries there. You start to feel yourself getting paralyzed, but then you shake it off. And Cordell.
Okay. I'm going to try to shoot him.
Go for it.
See if going back to orange works.
It indeed
There it
does.
There we go.
Ooh, he's looking real hurt.
And since I used Action Surge last time, that's it.
Okay, Bella.
Of
Misses, unfortunately.
course. And then I'll do another flurry of blows.
Alrighty. Natural 20. Okay, that is...
Or monsters. Peering over in 20.
Okay. So you shove your fist straight into the eyeball. And how would you like to finish him off?
I do a flurry of blows right in the eyeball until he's nothing but a puddle of mush at my feet. And then I'll fling the blood off my hands and say, his eyes weren't dry.
I like to think that you're like doing the JoJo what, you just like starting just pummeling him, and then he just turns into mashed potatoes on the floor. And
Yeah.
he was trying to regenerate from death, and he did not do that, so you guys are out of combat. And you are here within the
I
cave.
like his blood. His blood looks
Purple goo. What would you guys like to do? You have the Planeswalker amulet that is projecting the gate to the Astral
See
Sea.
if we can close the gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd
First order of business.
say it's pretty easy for you guys. As soon as you pick up the amulet, who would pick it up?
Well, I think. Well, Grape Shot, I think it makes sense that since that was going to be your action up front,
I'll do
I
that.
think it makes
I'll
sense
pick
for
it
you, unless somebody else.
You notice, Grape Shot, this star amulet, similar to what you have, which, let me show you the picture just again in case. Amulet. Planeswalker amulet. So I'm looking at I don't- where the heck it be? Planeswalker star. It kind of looks like this. That's laying on the ground, and it's projecting this gate out of it. And as you pick it up, it is soaking wet. And as you pick it up, it's like getting wetter and wetter. And it doesn't seem like it's drying, and it doesn't seem like it's actually emanating the water itself. It's kind of like it's just perpetually wet. Next, as you pick it up too, the gate closes.
Oh.
And there is this lifeless astral elf laying next to it. It kind of looks like his arm, it fell out of his hand and landed there on the ground as he was killed.
Well, I think if this amulet belongs to the Astral Elf, and then he's got ties to the guild the way that we do.
Indeed. I'm gonna walk over to the astral elf body and kind of study him for a bit to see what it looks like. See what kind of, if he's wearing any identifying armor or anything like that. Anything of note that we could probably pass on to, notify somebody that, notify the guild at least that this guy has passed away. And maybe, it sounds bad, but maybe pick his pockets for any, not
Goodies.
anything to loot, but, yeah.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Man.
And you digging through his pockets and you find a couple like spell components. Nothing of note they're probably from lower level like sorcery spells that he was using them for casting. Also, pretty easy to note, you would see probably on like his midsection, he has like this black necrosis, and you'd probably assume that's what killed him, is he was hit by some sort of necrotic attack. And part of his blood, he looks like kind of dried out, like he's withering away from this necrosis.
Hmm.
Yeah, I want everyone else to give me an investigation check too for like this cave area. Cordell and Edgar, as you guys are kind of looking around, you see multiple sets of footprints within here that are not from you guys. There seemingly looks to be 3 distinct footprints sets. One is matching to this guy, and 2 others you wouldn't be able to know or see or recognize. You just know that they're different.
So basically, this guy was betrayed in some shape, form, or fashion, and we don't know if his 2 companions went through the gate or if they went back to the island.
Mm.
And with Bella's roll too, there is one other piece that you would note. There is very faint carvings on the back of the wall that look written in a language that I don't think. Let's see if anyone speaks it. Oh, Edgar and Barnaby both speak it. So, Bella, you see this scripture in a language that doesn't look to be familiar. But it's very faint and hard to pick out.
I will point it out to the rest of the group and ask if anyone can read it.
And with
Hey guys, there's this script here. I can't tell what it says. Can any of you read it?
Yes. Yes, I can.
and Barnaby, as you take a little bit closer look, it states kind of the dawn of Orcus, freeing him from the abyssal plane. And then you'd see a kind of other runes that are scribed in here that are not, they're not any like sort of legible comprehension. Like they actively seem like they were trying to perform some sort of summoning rune or creating a portal of sorts to the abyss.
I relay that to everyone.
Mhm.
Okay.
But who is trying to summon Orcus? Question. Or something.
Okay, and the other question is, we know they were successful at opening a portal, but
True.
were they successful in opening the right portal?
Ooh, that's a really good
Definitely
question.
Because we don't know if they went through a portal or not, or if they went back to the island. So, yeah, two very good questions.
We also know
I
there's
think-
other people involved, like the church.
Mm. Agree.
All right, so this amulet was wet.
Which someone here also had an amulet that is perpetually wet.
So
It's not me, is it?
I believe it was Garrett.
Yeah, can say like, okay, great shot. Let me take a look at that amulet.
Sure. And I'll hand him the amulet.
Because
are all these amulets pretty much identical, or is there some way to distinguish one from the other?
They are nearly identical, but as you guys were told in the first one, every single one of these amulets had a fallen star or someone that it was tied to, that the guild master was able to recognize effectively whose it was. So
There was the ship captain that gave us a bad vibe in the very first encounter, very first session, and I'm wondering if this is tied to him in some way.
So I believe, if I recall, Garrett, your amulet, the reason it was perpetually wet was it was actually tied to a water genasi, was the previous wielder of that amulet.
So I pull it out and I see like, hey, these both are mine and this one are wet.
What does
maybe
it
they both
mean?
belong to water gnosis.
I guess so. And I put mine away and I hand the this fallen amulet back to Grape Shot.
I think you should hold on to it, but I think we'll just have to ask the guild, like Commander Buzzkirk, to see what they think.
All right then. And I put the other amulet in like a separate pouch or something.
Okay.
As for this sea elf or astral elf, I think we should probably like.
You can take him back with you if you wanted to.
That's going to be one of my questions.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Take him back with us.
If we don't have anything else to do here, I think we should probably just F back. Do we really need to report back to the king?
I don't think so. I mean, it would be nice, and he would appreciate it, but it might add to our mystique and our capability if we disappear and then come back.
Ooh, I do kind of like that. Yeah, they're probably worried. We can keep them a little worried about their beholder problems, and then just have it mysteriously fix itself, and then we're gone.
Just one day, those aliens stopped coming, and those people that I was fighting alongside disappeared too. It's like they never existed. This is how the X-Files gained popularity.
Yes, we are indeed the mattress tag enforcers. Yes.
All the mattresses are good in this town. Let's go.
Let's go. You know what? I'll attempt to try to carry this body, and when we're ready, I think we should just go ahead and head back to the guild.
Okay.
Are you sure we don't want to take the body with us back to the guild?
Oh yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to bring the body back to the guild.
Yeah, because I think that's the best play we've got at the moment.
Indeed.
Right.
How much information do we want to tell the guild, though? Because we also have the staff.
We also what?
The staff of Orcus. That we picked up in the church.
I think we leave that out. I think that's the only thing that we should leave out. that detail about us having possession of the staff of Orcus.
Oh,
Okay.
So we can tell him that we found a tie between the church and this cult of Orcus, but we don't necessarily have to present them with the actual evidence of it. We can just say, hey, through the course of investigation, this is what we found.
I like that.
And also see if he'll tell us what these stars actually do. Because that's a pretty powerful item to open a gate like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's not even something that I can even fathom.
I know. And you're a monkey who smokes cigars.
I know. I'm a little powder monkey.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take out my amulet and I'll. Alright. Well, ready when you guys are.
Ready to bamp back?
Yeah. While holding on to the body.
Okay. So each of you hold your planeswalker amulet, channeling the energy. Close your eyes, and then all of a sudden you are whisked away, and you are standing back in the office. And you'd probably, like, as soon as you appear in, you'd hear, "Oh, Jesus God! Ho ho ho! Hello there, everyone. Good to see you. Have you been enjoying your time in the Miniverse?" You've been there for like a couple days at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
their adventures.
we've certainly enjoyed it more than we enjoyed the National League Division Series, that's for sure.
Oh, tell me about it. So, what has been up with you all inside of the Miniverse? Some strange... And he looks down, he's like, "My God, that is Malexin. What happened here?"
Is Malexin?
He was one of our boys. He recently was sent in, not too long ago, to investigate a strange astral rift that had opened up near the capital. Didn't expect him to turn up like this.
Found the rift, but I guess we should probably start at the beginning. When we were in Estrica, we investigated the wizard Marius, and I'll go ahead and tell him about. Oh wait, yeah, the capital. What happened? Yeah, I'll just kind of start from when we were in Estrica, took care of the wizard, of illusions and stuff, and tell him about how he went to the capital of Dugrin, met the king, found Malexin, and found this portal and fought beholders.
I do see that is very intriguing. It's quite strange to me, personally. There is not very much magic that exists within that world, so the fact that you had to come across individuals of such capabilities is kind of beyond my comprehension. I'm glad that you all are safe, and unfortunately for our fallen star here, hopefully he will rest in peace. And
Fallen star. I like that.
yeah, he is the fallen. That is where the amulets come from. Do you all have his amulet per se, or did it leave his person?
I'm like, yeah, I do have his amulet.
Ah, may I see it?
And I show him the amulet.
He immediately notices that it is wet. This is not his amulet, unfortunately. It belongs to Aquarius Moonlit. He's a planeswalker that has been rogue for some time now. We haven't seen him in many moons, per se. for lack of a better word.
Amulet's moonlit?
Hold on, I'm retyping. I typed it in friggin' abyssal.
Aquarius.
Was my amulet originally from Aquarius Moonlit too, or from some other?
It was
different-
from someone with the same last name. Pull that note up. Actually, I have it on my computer here. Yours is from Triton Moonlit. So, Commander Buzzkirk, I do know that you have the other amulet there, Garrett, from Triton Moonlit. You see, he was his brother, and unfortunately, he passed away after being sent on a mission to the Nine Hells. He never made it back, and since, why, you have recovered his fallen star.
Who is the older brother?
Aquarius is the oldest. I'm sure you are also familiar with our local priest, Father Aquan. He is also part of the Moonlit tribe.
Interesting. Probably speak with Father Aquan?
Aquan, yep. Which you guys have spoken with him previously to get cured of diseases.
Aaron.
Aaron. It's Aquan.
Also, I'll mention that we believe there might be ties with the church and with orcas.
It's very intriguing. There is someone that I would like you to talk to, if you don't mind. They actually grew up in the Miniverse before coming here, or I should say being brought here. So, they might have a little bit more knowledge of the sort of inner workings of the towns. But it's quite precarious, I should say, that they are worshipping such a demon per se. A demon of undeath, no less.
Who's this individual that we should speak with?
His name is Soren. I believe he spends time with his father. His father is Captain Elijah. You might find him on their ship.
Question.
We'll go ahead and speak with Soren.
Very well then. Do you have any other questions for me that I might be able to provide you with answers and clarity on?
I think we'll have to speak with these other individuals to kind of get a big picture.
Sounds perfect.
I have a question.
And I might have an answer.
Why does that amulet look different from ours?
It's more so the individuals that were housing some of the amulets. They sort of take on the characteristics of the wielder over time. So most of our Water Genasi patrons and adventurers, theirs become sort of perpetually wet. Some of the Fire Genasis is perpetually warm, and vice versa, carrying on. Maybe Garrett's will shrink, though it's not often that happens.
Shrinks too.
And
What would happen?
I mean, how
if
big
the
is mine
part-
compared to like Garrett's body?
well, currently it's still a little wet because it is Triton's original one, but they will adapt with you guys over time. In comparison to your body, it fits in your hand. What was the other question, by the way?
Oh, I was curious as to anybody could use the amulet that wasn't theirs?
If they do know how, it is possible. That is exactly how you all got here, is it not?
I don't know.
It was all someone else's amulet that was chosen to you. So it is possible that Malexan's amulet was taken, and someone is running around using it.
For nefarious deeds, I suppose.
But why? It's very strange.
So can it open gateways to other planes?
If you were a powerful enough mage, I could see you tampering with it to get it to open up a different portal, but most of the time it just takes you back here to the Etheria, into the Astral Sea.
So playing with it won't make us blind.
I would be careful. Magic is a very strange and peculiar thing.
So is the power always on?
Not necessarily. It's more activated and tied to sort of deeds, and it's sort of empowered by the area and what you accomplish.
Yeah.
Power can lay dormant depending on the situation of the area.
So I'm just curious because we can't use our amulets until we finish your test that you hold on upon us.
That's typically because this is a training sort of device here. If you are within other planes of existences that exist in the world, it's a little bit more open limitations.
So we're on training mode.
Effectively within the Miniverse, but now I'm going to foresee in the future, if you ever have to go back, that it should just be open access at this point.
Level 4.
And what would happen if several of these amulets were to get to one place?
I mean, there are a ton of them here. What are you talking about?
Like, would they all be able to be used for one gateway?
I mean, all of you could use one gateway by yourselves.
No, like, use all powers from several for one gateway.
I don't see why not.
Okay. Alright, that's it.
Well then, do you have any other further questions for me?
I don't suppose, well, just one question. I don't suppose you have any knowledge of how we can tell if somebody was able to open a portal, or more specifically, that they were able to open the specific portal they were trying to.
I do not possess that capability, and not to my knowledge if it's capable of doing it. He kind of thinks for a moment. We know, to some degree, when you guys do use your amulets, so it's a possibility that we could see if it was used for some other sort of location or place. But
And so you could see that, which means you could identify which specific amulets were used. Maybe not for a portal, but maybe you could see
which ones were
who,
used.
when, and where they were used.
Correct.
Okay.
Sort of like a scrying device between planes, able to see sort of where you were and who exactly. But now
basically, the star amulet acts like an API between planes of existence.
Correct. And it's more so
to
get you back to this one, per se. Sort of a return to the Astral Sea, more so. I don't believe it has been used to actually go to a plane. Most of the time, when we want to go to a different plane of existence, we simply travel there by spelljamming Helm and or through the Miniverse, this being the local plane. But there are portals that do exist without wild space in Etheria that you can use to get to different planes, and this will sort of bring you back home.
Okay.
Sort of like a
I
one-way. He doesn't seemingly know of any way to get it to go there, you know?
Kind of like a recall button.
Exactly. Do the possibilities exist? Probably, but he's not sure. He doesn't seem very magic-oriented.
Okay. But that would mean that out of role play, that would mean that he's got somebody inside the guild that would probably have a better understanding of how the magic works to be able to reverse the magic from a recall button to a transport button.
It's a possibility. You ask him.
No, I don't. I'm just going to keep that nugget to myself because I don't know that I'm ready to ask him that.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think I
have anything else?
I was going to. I do think that again, this is out of role play. I do think that if we can identify what's his name, Aquarius Moonlight's companions were, if we can identify who they were, and whether or not they stayed on the island or they went through a portal, well, that will probably answer the question for us about them being able to reverse engineer and use these amulets to transport to a different plane.
Mm. Mm. I see where we're getting at. Mm.
That's all I got.
Yeah, let's go speak with Father Aquan.
Okay. Father Aquan. So you guys head over to the sort of sanctuary where all of the believers and religious folk kind of house and go and meet up with Father Aquan. Looking at my list of NPCs here. Okay. So you guys take your step over, and he is currently just purifying the water within the bath as he previously was doing when he came here the first time. And as you guys kind of approach, he's like, "Oh, hello there. Well, good evening. Is there anything that I can assist you with this evening?"
We just got back from a mission, and we found an amulet that might be part of your tribe.
Well, welcome back, first off, and what amulet is this? Or who do you think it belongs to?
We believe it belongs to Aquarius Moonlit.
He kind of takes a step back for a moment in shock. You know, he hasn't been seen for some time now.
We understand that. That he's potentially on a dangerous mission to the Nine Hells.
Well, his brother perished in the Nine Hells, unfortunately. And after that, we lost all contact with Aquarius.
Our friend here, Garrett, and I'll kind of point to Shorty. And I'll just say, I believe he possesses an amulet similar to yours, to your tribe.
Can you show me the amulet? Do you mind?
I'll kind of get Garrett to step forward.
Yeah, I definitely show him Aquarius' armor amulet.
You mean you would have Triton's amulet. So you have.
Oh yeah, did Buskirk
He has
keep
Aquariuses.
Aquarius? Okay, I show him Tritons then.
So you'll show him Tritons. Oh, so you were the chosen replacement for our fallen star then. I myself am not a planeswalker, so I do not bear one of the amulets. But this is definitely from a water genasi, and definitely his. He kind of just like is giving you an affirmation. He's not really sure what you're looking for.
Well, we're just kind of. I was kind of curious as to. Well, if you knew of anything, but
What of our tribe or of the brothers?
of the brothers and of the tribe, and I was kind of curious as to why Shorty here had it, but
Oh, well, our tribe used to believe and follow the Moonweaver, as we lived in the elemental plane of water. And unfortunately, our tribe was destroyed by rough tides and waves, and many of them died in the sort of torrential weather that persisted. And as we prayed to the Moonweaver to control the tides and to save us, our calls were ignored. But I don't believe that it was her doing, per se, so I still follow and believe the Moonweaver. Aquarius and Triton tried to find answers and sort of took up vengeance in the world to try to understand why the Moonweaver would not save our people for being so faithful. I have come to peace and pray that this is the outcome that she wanted to make the world a better place. And I'm not sure that Triton ever did or Aquarius did before they went missing and or passed.
I'm sorry that happens to your people.
Oh, I am at peace with it.
Well, if it's any comfort, we are looking into it, and I believe we'll be eventually looking for Aquarius and his brother.
If you do find Triton's body, I would love to give him a peaceful resting place here. And if you do find Aquarius, I wish the same for him.
Done.
Thank you. Sort of gives you a nod.
By the way, are you here to bless the waters? Is that what you're doing?
As I do, making it a refreshing and calming place to rest.
I'll keep that in mind.
Anytime.
I believe we have business with other people here, so thank you for your information.
Enjoy your evening.
Unless anybody has anything else, I think I want to talk to... let's see. We have the... Oh, Soren. We need to speak with Soren.
Which you were told that he most likely is talking to his dad, Captain Elijah, on the ship, their spelljamming hole.
Let's head there.
Okay. So you guys make your way out of the Spelljammer Hall and sort of back down towards the edge of the asteroid that you guys are currently floating on, down the docks. And you'd see Private Jacobson. That was the first guy that you met here in Etheria. He's like, "Oh, hey, long time no see. What can I get? What can I do for you guys?
Well, we were looking to speak with Captain Elijah and Lauren
Oh,
if they're available.
Yeah. Oh, let me get the gangway. He runs over and grabs the gangplank and places it down for you guys. Just watch your step and come on in. I will fetch the captain and Soren. I think they're having discussions within the office. If they're busy, would you all care for a pint? I can fetch some of our reserves.
Ooh. Take some.
Well, the rest of you lot, would you care for some ales?
Yes, I'll take an L.
Yeah.
Same here.
Perfect. He runs off across the deck of the ship and he knocks on the door. Captain, you have some visitors. And you'll hear him like, okay. And he runs downstairs real quick. And he comes up with a big barrel and he sets it down. And as you guys see him run down the stairs, you can note one of the biggest tells of Private Jacobson here is he has this really shiny, ornate dagger that he wears behind his boot, like kind of tucked in against his sock. And he's like, I'll be right back. He runs downstairs, grabs the barrel, comes up, and he starts pouring out a whole bunch of beers into the mugs for you guys. He's like, so you have to tell me, how was your adventures? Because I bet that was so fantastic.
It's nothing, impressive. Yeah. I've been missing all my shots.
He's like, oh, you're being modest. You have to. Like, that is him, by the way.
It's nothing. I'll take a sip. Nothing impressive.
Oh, just being so modest. I bet he saved like 5 words already. He kind of looks at all
We
of you.
saved close. He saved 3.
Oh, I wish I could do something.
Oh,
You know.
Garrett.
Once this storm clears up, we're going to be making a trip over towards the storehouse to get more ale and stuff. If you all would like to accompany, we could teach you some of the ways and stuff like that, so you can see what I do.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll help you
yeah,
out.
I mean, yeah. If the captain's busy, then we gotta kill time. Sure.
Oh, that'll be awesome. Well, yeah, you could tell me all the late night stories. And during that moment, you'll see the door swing open to the captain's office, and you will see Captain Elijah step out, and a younger boy with long black hair and a diamond on his forehead. He kind of walks out next to him. And they sort of walk over to you. So you are the visitors that we were expecting. It's been some time since I've seen you all.
Yes.
Good to see you again.
It's good to see all of you, that's for sure. Where are my manners? Soren, these are a group of newbies that are investigating the Miniverse, from what I hear. And you'll see Soren, he sort of looks over at you all with his green eyes, and he's like, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm relatively new myself, but I grew up in the Miniverse. So.
Interesting.
We just came back from it, so
Huh.
interesting place.
Indeed it is. He kind of smiles. Did you have some questions for me? Or us, or...
Yeah, you grew up on the back of a giant sea creature.
What? He kind of like takes a shock for a second. And Captain Elijah's like, oh yeah, I never told him that.
Oh, alright. That was not real.
No, he
Santa's
knows
not real.
Santa's not real.
You might as well find that out now.
He turns to Soren. Now listen, son. This is going to be hard to swallow. But the Miniverse is on the back of a turtle. A big turtle. And he's just like, you can see the gears grinding in Soren's brain. He's like, that makes so much sense. No wonder why it was strong currents. They lied to us. I wonder if they know.
I think it's pretty safe to say they don't know.
It's also
You
they're
know,
very
but
primitive.
they don't.
They're very primitive. They're like,
Well, it's not their fault.
oh, yeah. Well, growing up there is not the easiest thing, so.
Do you maybe have someplace private that we can talk?
Oh,
Happily?
yeah, yes. He'll pipe up. We'll step into my quarters. How's that work for you all?
That works.
They
works.
sort of step behind and enter into his office again. He sits back down behind a larger sort of desk, kicks his boots up onto the counter, leans back in the chair, and Soren sits down in a chair next to him. Come on in, take a seat. Take a seat. So, the door closes behind. What can I do for you?
Well, I'll kind of start back from last session and tell them about our adventures so far, and tell them that we visited the capital, met with the king, found that the church may have ties with the cult of Orcus, the gate with the amulet, the holders. Tell him what he needs to know.
He kind of, like, his mind is kind of like, well, that is quite a bit of stuff going on.
Yeah, Commander Buzzkirk's been putting us everywhere.
Well, from the sound of it, it sounds like you all have solved most of the issues for now, and I'd be surprised if anything else popped up, and if that's the case, I'm sure you all, or we, would be able to solve it. But it is quite peculiar. There hasn't been someone that powerful of magic on the island in a very long time. We're talking hundreds of years.
Mhm. Well, we did meet with a wizard there who managed to trick a whole town. So our bigger plays in the universe.
Something tells me that individual isn't praying to Orcus, though. That is probably above his pay
No,
grade.
Just an opportunist.
And Soren's like, did you hear of the story of the past of the previous hero of the Miniverse?
No.
It's a very popular tale. It talks about a mage named Aragorn. And a long time ago, 100 years ago or so, the kingdom was on the verge of collapse. There was no food, no green, no water that was drinkable. And Aragorn, he saved everyone. He made it able to be farmed. He gave food. He gave water. But in the process, he died. He used all of his magic up to the point where he fell. And he was the last person that was strong enough to do any sort of magical capability, something like that, on the island.
Mm. How long ago was that? Do you have approximately?
It's about
Was it
100
long
years ago.
generally.
You'll see Captain Elijah. I do remember him. He was a very interesting individual. Very powerful.
Captain, you're 100 years old?
You see him kind of get quiet for a moment. He's like, I'm a couple 100 years old.
Oh, you don't look over at day 50.
Oh, you're being modest, Sonny. Thank you.
Doesn't tell us much about the Orcus stuff going on.
Nope. Feel like now outer role play. I feel like that we've got the right two people, but we're stumbling on trying to figure out what the right question is to ask.
Yeah. we have the pieces, it sounds like, but we just need to put them together.
Yep.
You have more pieces that you've probably forgotten about that you've collected through all 6 previous sessions.
Look at the notes. Look at the notes.
I can't read. Sorry, that was insensitive.
I can't
It was still funny.
Well, I mean, nobody laughed until you make fun of yourself.
So, in the meantime, can you tell us about Aquarius and Triton and their mission to go into the Nine Hells?
He kind of thinks for a moment.
If you know anything about that.
It was back when I was still a planeswalker for the guild. But Triton was sent on the lone mission to dive into the Nine Hells to investigate what's been going on with the sort of war between the demons and the devils on River Styx. But unfortunately, he never made it back. And shortly after that, Aquarius disappeared, and he hasn't been seen since.
I think their mission ties into Orcus. Oh, we lost Pat.
You lost me?
No,
Oh,
we lost somebody.
wait, who-
Oh, it was the
IO.
music player.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I think they were looking into maybe Orcus or the cult in the church, and something happened. So we're probably eventually run into them. But where do we start?
So that's a good question. So, Captain, just kind of curious. You seem to know a little bit about Aquarius's mission to go into the Nine Hells. Who were his companions?
I believe it was a solo mission. Most of the time when planeswalkers that are fairly capable go on these missions, it's within their scope. But to get there is not so easy, and to survive there is even harder. The Nine Hells is unbearably hot for most people, and you need magic items to even survive down there. I, for one, couldn't even survive the voyage. Nor could Soren, nor could most people in the guild. So I feel like Triton was one of the few people that was capable, and apparently that was not true. Even that was too much.
Okay, I apologize. I was thinking that was Aquarius, but it was Triton who went on the mission to the Nine Hells. What was Aquarius's last mission? Did you ever cross paths with Aquarius?
That is a great question. I need to look at my...
I was on the assumption that Aquarius went to.
That is a great question.
Oh, if we find Aquarius, we could probably...
I feel like he wouldn't know.
I was thinking that it was Aquarius's body was what we recovered from the cave.
It's a
And
different elf.
Triton's body,
No, it was an astral elf named Malaxin. His mission was investigating the
Malaxin. Okay.
Malaxin,
Yeah.
the astral rift, which I guess that's what we found.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not just on the wrong track. I'm on the entirely wrong train.
Do you bring up the name Malexin, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll apologize and say I'll ask him about Malexin. Sorry.
He
got my-
immediately turns and looks at you. What happened to Malexin?
We
Well-
gave the body.
Yeah.
I think we gave the body away, but get properly put the rest.
We donated his body to the Guild for Science. No, I don't actually say that, but I'll say we recovered Malexin's body near an astral rift in the Miniverse, and we returned his body to Commander Buzzcart because we were able to identify. We didn't know his exact identity, but through his possessions and his clothing and equipment, we were able to piece together that he was part of the guild. So we returned his body to Commander Buzzcart at the guild.
I think during this moment he would be like pure silent. And you'd probably see him kick his feet down onto the floor, and he'd kind of just stand up. If you'll excuse me, and he's going to walk out of the room.
Okay. Well, I don't know what else to ask.
So he's actually going to walk out of the room, and you'll start to see him walk down the gangplank, just like stoic silence.
Soren, does I assume your father knows about, or who is Maxwell to your father? Was he a first mate?
He stands up and closes the door. And he takes a deep breath. That was his brother.
I'm sorry.
You see the
It did say on his guild card that he was a donor, an organ donor.
organ donor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You see the reason Captain Elijah is so old is because he's not actually human. That's also not what he
He's-
actually looks like.
So he's part astral elf. Spent a long time in the astral sea.
He is an astral elf, indeed. And he wears his human visage so that he is less recognized by bandits and bounty hunters while sailing the seas. Because he's had a previous run-in with bandits that almost left him for dead, from what I hear.
Soren, if I might ask, you don't have to answer, but are you the captain's biological son?
This is going to be a story. He'll sit down in the chair. Captain Elijah used to be a planeswalker, and he broke the number one rule of being a planeswalker. He was on a mission in the Miniverse, and I was on the verge of death living on the streets. I was hungry and thirsty, and no one cared for me, and he couldn't just leave me there. So he took me back with him. And as part of that, he lost his amulet by breaking the rule of the guild. He says he doesn't regret any decision he's made, but I vouched to take his place. To continue doing what he couldn't do anymore. And he is continuing to support the guild. by being the captain here. So, no, I am not his biological son. But I feel like he is my father, though.
That matters.
Especially since I believe he's had a rough past and he's lost his previous child and his wife. So,
I'll finish up my ale that I was probably nursing and say, well, I think we're all glad you're here.
me too. I'm glad that you all are here too. Now, who wants some more ales down in
Me.
Spelljammer Hall? He kind of smiles.
I'll say I'll take 2.
Take 2? All right. he'll say, first one there is buying. Or should I say last one there is buying? He stands up.
I'll buy you an ale.
I'm already out the door.
You open the door. You open the door, Grape Shot, and you see Private Jacobson has his ear pushed up against the door. He's like, "I want you," and he like starts running too.
I'll knock him
I
off
just
the
wanna-
side.
I just want to confirm, because I was dealing with the fussy baby and trying to get a bottle for him, that I am still talking to Soren, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'll buy you an ale.
That's very kind of you. He'll sort of start to make his way over there towards the Spelljammer Hall.
I'm already at the bar.
You're already at the bar. You would see, I think, as you're walking in, Grape Shot,
Soren.
he'll be right next to. So okay. So as you're sitting at the bar, Grape Shot, you'll see Captain Elijah has a couple. He has a glass of whiskey that he's already like drinking into.
I don't think I'll say anything. I'll just kind of sit next to him.
Private Jacobson sits next to you too. He's like, he says, and he waits until all of you kind of come into the Spelljammer Hall, and he holds the door for all of you, and then he walks in last. He's like, "Oh, it looks like I'm last," and he's like, "I'll buy the round of drinks for everybody. Don't worry." And he buys all of you guys around. He sits down. He's just like, "Oh, this is nice." Captain Elijah, after a couple minutes of you sitting next to him, Grape Shot, he's just kind of like, he was a good man and a good brother. It's a good thing he had organ donor on his planeswalker amulet.
I won't say anything. I'll just kind of raise my glass and just say, here, to a good man and to a good brother.
To a good brother and a good man. You know, he was the last bit of biological family that I had. I lost my daughter and my wife when I got attacked by bandits in the Astral Sea. I lost my daughter fell into a different plane, and I didn't think I'd ever see her again. And I don't know if she's alive or not. And same with my wife. She drifted off into space as I feigned into consciousness, in and out of consciousness. And I was saved. And when I came to, they weren't anywhere to be seen. And I haven't seen them since. And it's not often that you run into another astral elf. And that is why I think it
No.
is quite curious of why you are here, Bella.
Yeah.
Well, he drops his
I'm
visage
sorry. I don't.
so you can see his true astral elf form.
Wait, so that's what Soren really looks like?
That is Captain Elijah on the right. Or Captain
Oh.
Elijah in his astral elf form.
Oh! Okay, I see the two captain pictures. Okay.
He drops his visage. And if I ever saw my daughter again, I don't know what she would say, not seeing her father since she was a child, since she was a baby. But
You know, children have a funny way of recognizing their parents even after it's been a long time.
you know, I sent
It's more than just looks.
someone to check, and they delivered my amulet. My amulet was partially broken, and Eliwick said that the amulet was delivered. So Captain Elijah turns towards
Oh,
you,
that's
Bella.
my father?
Yeah. He's like,
I'm so sorry, guys.
I could just hear Daniel go, like
I'm sitting here feeding Damien, so I'm trying to pay attention, but
he's like, I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
What?
I was going on about how children would recognize their parents. Hi, Dad.
he,
Do I recognize him?
I mean, you would probably have been very, very, very young, so recognition wasn't probably there at the time.
Okay.
I'm glad that you found your way home.
Me too.
You see him has like a tear running down his eyes. We lost a family member, but gained another. So that would effectively make Soren.
I'll like hold out my arm like I was gonna awkwardly like I was gonna give a hug and then like just pat him on the shoulder.
He kind of gives you a nod, and that kind of does make Soren your adopted brother.
I'm done. I'm dipping out. This campaign is over. I'm sorry. Damien agrees with me.
Oh no, he's hot. Damien's throwing a fit. He's
Damn,
like,
I gotta
No.
Oh, it's a good thing I'm from the sticks. Care about it?
Oh
I'm kidding.
my god.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I am totally kidding.
Sweet home Alabama.
I mean, I do have two cousins that are married, but you know, on with the campaign.
Alrighty. So, maybe if you all have some time here in Spelljammer Hall for a while, I can teach you the ways of the ships. And once the storm ends, we can go sailing. Teach you all how to become planeswalkers and crew members. And possibly take over for me one day.
That sounds good.
Still.
And then I'll turn over. Is the rest of it like is his wife, aka my mother, there?
Oh no, she has not been seen either.
Okay. To make sure I didn't miss that part too.
I think Soren would walk over to you too. I have a new sister. And he gives you a hug.
And I'm gonna be like, start to be ecstatic, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, not know what to do. And then I'll pat him on the head. Like, there.
Who's
Because
the
now I'm afraid to
older
touch him.
sibling here?
Oh, it would definitely be Bella.
Okay.
Explains
Like
all
sort
your anger issues, Bella.
of. He snaps
What
his knee.
are you talking about? I do not have anger. And I'll wipe my palms off my
Your
pants,
what?
My
remembering
pans.
how I demolished that zombie thing to a puddle of nothing.
You put your eye drops down.
Yeah.
During that time, too, Private Jacobson, he's like, another round, Bastion. And you'll see right away. He scoops up all the cups and pours more, and he slaps down a gold piece, and he gives you all a thumbs up. Keep drinking, guys. This is great. Family.
Yeah, family. Yay! Damn it.
I think Retainer Aura would probably come up to you all while you're at the bar, too. Let me pull up her picture so you can see what she looks like. She'll walk over to you. You all... I would like all of you to just take a nice time off for a while so that we can investigate what's going on into the Miniverse. We're going to put some more people in here and try to investigate what's going on. So you all deserve some time off in the meantime, if that's what you guys would like.
I mean, that sounds good, Sam.
It's terrific. That means
Fine,
Bella
I
can know about what Soren.
Oh, stop it. You can
That's fine. I just want to know
take
what
my
are
spot.
you guys investigating?
We're trying to figure out where Aquarius might have went, because we do have a theory of the possibility of being able to use the amulets to transport, essentially. So, we are going to investigate into where he went and how he got there in the first place. Because we never saw him come into the office.
Yeah, the idea I got is that did Malexan encounter Aquarius?
I'm assuming that they did. Because I'm assuming that is... Either he sort of did a swap-a-roo, if I had to guess. And he has Malexan's amulet. So we're trying to see when it gets used. And when we might be able to sort of go after.
See, I just hoping keep us in the loop of what you guys find.
For sure. For sure we
Feel
can.
that
Retainer Aura.
as one who knows about his brother Triton's, I want to see it through.
Can do. Well, if you all would like to just drink to your heart's content and just take a nice little bit of time up, we'll try to deal with this any way we can.
Okay. I'll
What if
drink.
we rest and then what if we rest and then we find a new objective is given to us, or I might just turn to Retainer Aura. Do we have any current objectives?
I would say
Besides
enjoy
rest.
your time off. Learn new skills and become better and familiar with your surroundings here. Enjoy your time and settle in. I know you haven't had much time to do that recently, so...
I'll become one with a whiskey glass.
If that is your prerogative, be my guest. So, in theory, if you guys wanted, you could have approximately a month downtime to learn a new skill, a language, or a job, per se. Like if you wanted to learn how to be the gunner of the ship, or to be a scout, or something along those lines.
Ooh, what would make sense? I think you asked just to give you those responses, and I got overcome by events, and it never happened for me.
I feel you there.
Yeah, kind of the same.
You don't necessarily have to pick for this session because we'll sort of have a quick closer after. If you guys want to take your sort of month-long break in game, if you choose to do that, then we'll have a nice closer to pick up on next time.
Hmm. Hmm.
I believe we could probably think of things that we want to do in that time, rest, and then wait for the next objective, maybe.
Okay, if you guys just wanted to take the downtime.
Yeah.
Let them try to figure it out before you all get involved again.
Okay. That sounds like a good plan.
Okay. So you all enjoy a nice, peaceful month doing varying skills and jobs and trainings, drinking to your heart's content and eating, getting familiar with people and faces, surroundings. I would say Jacobson, probably every day he buys you a round of beer, like every day. And he just tries to get you to tell stories about your times adventuring. Like every day. He's just like, oh, and he sits there and just like stares at you, he's like impressed. Like trying to develop a bondship with all of you. And I would say after the month to the day, Retainer Aura would come to you all. Would you all mind following me to the office?
Okay. Follow her to the office.
Commander Buzzkirk is sitting at his desk currently. He's like spinning like a pencil or something on his desk, and then you all walk in. He's like, "Oh, hello! We have some serious news and developments, and we need your help because you all are the most familiar with the Miniverse. You all have explored it to the T, I assume, especially with your time spent in there more than most people, I would say. I think Soren is the only one that has time beat on you at this point, because he lived there. So you could take him if you all would like. But recently, I don't have the picture of it. Someone has become a lich within the Miniverse. We hear tell of an artifact that can solve it, though. But we're not sure where to look. And we think you all might be able to find the artifact and solve the instance of the lich.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what exactly is the artifact?
We heard tell from a voice in the sky that says the artifact will be exactly what we need to turn back this event and to stop it before it happens, or possibly solve it in the moment. Who knows?
They didn't tell you what the artifact is.
I am not aware.
Interesting.
Who became a lich?
That we do not know. We figured you all might have an idea of someone that would be fairly powerful as a mage, or someone capable of doing so.
Well,
Do we have an approximate location?
Well, currently, the Lich is within the capital and is sort of taking over the island. But I'm sure this artifact is more than capable of stopping him. Or her. Who knows? You know, anyone can be a Lich these days.
And anyone could be family.
That's true.
CAE will hire anybody that walks through the door.
Daniel, start walking.
Oh my god.
uh,
So, you willing to help one more time to save the Miniverse?
As many times as it takes.
yeah. Um, yeah, I'm looking at my calendar there, Commander, and it looks like my social calendar is freed up. I've got a space on there that says dedicated to lich removal. So I'm in.
Perfect! I knew your calendar was going to come in handy.
If anybody has any mattresses with tags on them, we'll be sure to enforce that.
Uh,
Oh, I do have a picture of it. That's awesome. I knew I was going to set myself up for success.
wow. Miniverse apocalypse.
Meanwhile, we're just sitting there drinking, just learning stuff, just chilling, vibing.
Well, this did happen
Got this.
today, so it's not like we are setting you a month a month after it happened. That would be nonsense. Hey guys, I know you're on your vacation and it just started, but can you please stop a lich? That would be something.
Yeah, it's definitely a small ask.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
perfectly within
I
your
think we can
wheelhouse.
pencil it. Yeah. All right. I'll crack my
Welcome
knuckles
to
and I'll say,
Jumanji.
yeah, let's go remove a bit.
So, you all enter the Miniverse one last time.
Yeah.
Last time.
One last time. So, you all put your hands on the orb, close your eyes, and this location that you appear at is different than any other. As you appear, beneath your boots is a fair leathery kind of texture. And as you sort of appear here, you sort of look around, all you see is water, and you look behind you and there's an island. It's breezy. You can feel the wind pulling through your hair as you're standing on this leathery thing, and you look down, and you can see what looks to be two giant eyes. And you hear a voice. I knew someone would come and save the day. As you see this giant turtle head moving its mouth up and down, talking to you.
Unsettled?
There is an artifact that I possess here under my shell, just within reach for you all, and it will turn back time a week so that you can stop this event before it happens. Please save my family and my citizens. It's kind of like this, not exactly, but it's a giant turtle with the Miniverse on it.
Cool.
Turtleverse.
The Turtleverse.
Giant lion turtle.
There's a giant lion turtle. So as you sort of look behind you, you see the gleam of what looks to be a clock that is tucked under the corner of the shell. If you choose to save our friends, our family, our generations, it will reward you handsomely.
less.
You see this red in the sky starts to roll in with the black clouds. You hear screaming of demons and flying zombies coming towards you, and skeletons. You see your planeswalker amulet is lit blue currently. And in the moment, the choice is yours. What decision do you make?
Let's go kill a witch.
Let's do it.
Do it.
So you all walk over and grab the clock-like artifact.
Yep. I'm in.
Okay. As one of you or all of you pick up the artifact, you see the blackish red clouds and the zombies and demons flying towards you. They start to move backwards, and it starts to go away. The moon shoots high into the sky, and it's bloody. And then it turns into a white moon, and it's peaceful. You see the moon go down, and then up, and then down, and up, and down, and up, approximately 7 times. And you are back in time 7 days before the dawn of the Lich. So you're essentially on a timer to solve who is the Lich before they become one. And that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Yeah.